David, your thoughts on tonight's 4-2 league win here at Windsor Park?
Pleased with the performance. There was lots of aspects to the game I thought we were good in tonight. And again, like I said on Saturday, I think the positive thing is there's lots of things that we can improve on. So important that we win. Certainly tonight, second game in. It's a demanding week when you play 3 games in 6 days, so there were substitutions made. Everybody seems to hopefully come out of the game okay, and we'll go again now away to Ballymena on Friday.
A wonder goal straight after half time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a wonder. Listen, it was pure class, and again, Joel has that ability to do that. There was one on Saturday against Glenavon where he had similar, and he put it wide. And again, we discussed that about could he pick somebody out in the middle, but when you have a player of that ability who can do that individually, you got to trust that he's going to make the right decisions more often than not. It was the correct decision tonight, and it was it was a brilliant goal.
One each at half time, and yet 15-20 minutes into the second half, it's 4-1. You must have been pleased the way it kicked on. Yeah,
again, we spoke to the players about our decision making in the first half and about our movement. There was we had a little sort of tinker at we changed Kirk Miller from sort of the left hand side where he scored on Saturday onto the right hand side, which again at times gives you a wee bit more balance because Kirk wants to deliver balls every time he gets it. So we done that. Second half he played. I know we ended up obviously a couple of penalties, but the play to get the penalties is what we discussed and talked about at half time about sliding balls and people running them behind, and we got a wee bit of joy out of that.
Chris Shields, 2 penalties. It's his 100th game coming up on Friday night. He's been a class act for us over those 99 games so far.
Yeah, again, I watched Chris for numerous years when he played for Dundalk, and you always sort of, the standard that he was playing at and the level that Dundalk were at the time, they were dominating the league down there, and you always sort of had an idea that you wanted to get a player like that. We worked hard to get him as a club. So I'd seen Chris playing 25 games probably before we actually brought him to the club. So we know his ability. He's got good experience. He does a lot of things that people don't see during the game. And again, the positive thing with Chris is that he wants to improve, he wants to get better. He very, very rarely misses games through injury. And even when he is carrying a niggle or an injury, he's desperate to play. And you need not just characters like him, but many of the other experienced players in the round, because discussed during the off-season and the start of the season in the European games that we have a lot of youthfulness in the squad, and probably with that's going to come a little bit of naivety. And again, there was bits and pieces tonight where we probably were a little bit naive in the first half and second half. There was bits of the game in Glenavon where we were naive at times, and that's probably going to happen. But again, what we do get with the youth and the new players and the freshness coming in is good energy, and a lot of the players have showed that so far.
2 games, 2 wins, a perfect start, but it's a long, long, long way to go. And Friday night, Ballymena United, you know how tough it can be up there on a cold, rainy Ballymena night, potentially on Friday night.
Again, that's describing the weather, and that's probably on a good night in Ballymena. So we've been up there numerous times, and we've been caused many a problem. So Jim's new to the job. I know he's still finding his feet. Jim understands Linfield Football Club and the standards that we set, and he obviously set when he was here. He's played hundreds and hundreds of games in this league, so he understands the league. He's probably just finding his feet with his players and his personnel. There's been a lot of turnover and changes that the Ballymena have made, but I've no doubt with Jim's experience and the staff that he has in and around there, they'll certainly find their feet very quickly. I just hope it's not Friday. 2,700 odd here tonight. You'll want to see a good crowd of blue men at Ballymena on Friday night, obviously. Yeah, we always, again, when you look across from the far side, it's always pleasing to see the support that we take to Ballymena, and I've no doubt this early into the season, Friday night game. I know there were circumstances last week where there was a big crowd at Glenavon last week, and I've no doubt come Friday night we'll hopefully have a packed away in. All the best for the 3rd league game of the new season, David. Thanks, Andy.